Hello everyone and welcome to week 7 of EdCo 305. This digital literacy learning module will take place in week 7 of the course, which is October 5th through 9th. Now, as always, I will post this module on Friday so that those of you who wish to work over the weekend can do so. Now, before you got started on your module, you want to make sure that you've read chapters 3 and 4 in your UDL textbook and that you've added your notes to the annotated bibliography. Keep working on that as we go through the course, and you're going to submit those notes again near the end of the semester. So your learning module this week, as I have been doing, the feedback I got was 95%. Please keep setting the module up in this manner, so I will continue to do so. So you're watching the video. Again, you want to do that first. So if you're a I watch it Friday person, that's fine. At the latest, watch it by Monday so that you know what's coming up and how much of your time you need to devote each day to this class. The first thing we're going to talk about this week is the key assessment. I would recommend you doing this portion of the module by Wednesday. The time you should be devoting to this portion of the module is approximately an hour and a half. Do note that the key assessment part 1, the contextual factors, was pushed back 1 week. It is now due October 23rd. This section of your learning module deals with preparing for that assignment. So orange is key assessment. Finding the documents. Where are they located? I know as the world has shifted to online remote learning, sometimes that's something we struggle with, is where do we find our materials? All of your documents for key assessment are in Blackboard as well as VIA. So in Blackboard, if you look on the left-hand side, you'll see it right here under key assessment. I did place it in 3 different pieces. You've got it combined. You've got key assessment part 1 and key assessment part 2. They will also be placed in VIA because with every education core key assessment, you will upload it to VIA for feedback and grading purposes. Do note that I will also put your grades in Blackboard because our course is out of 100 points. So I know that students like to see all their grades in one place. Gathering data for part 1. So our key assessment in EdCo 305 has been split into 2 pieces. Part 1 is all of the contextual factors. Now, week 5, I had you all fill out an internship document to tell me if you were in an internship, where you were, and if you were not in internship 1, what is your grade level, so that I could make sure that I had the requisite materials for you. Now, please note, it's different. This assignment is going to be different based on whether you're in internship 1 right now or not. As you know, all other early clinical and field placements are not happening this semester due to COVID. But don't worry, because we teach UDL in this class. So we have designed this assessment to have maximum flexibility. So this is the whole assessment, parts 1 and 2 put together. This is our pandemic edition. The purpose of this is multifaceted, right? Like right now, everybody is teaching remotely and online, and this is an exciting time to be learning new technology. And not only an exciting time, but it's a necessary time that we are learning technology. So part 1, like I said, is all of the contextual factors. Whether you are a junior faculty member, a licensed teacher, or you've been teaching 20 years like I have, it is vital that we know about the physical environment that we're teaching in, as well as the learners in our classrooms. So the physical environment includes both school and classroom elements, and information about the learners includes their skill level and access to technology, as well as their prior knowledge about the content being taught. So in this table, you're going to explain why these contextual factors are important and how These school factors, classroom factors, and learner factors are going to impact your technological and pedagogical instructional decisions. So before getting started, check one of these and then scroll down. So right here, what areas in the school have wireless access? The cafeteria, the auditorium, the gym, classrooms. Why is it important that you know that? So for example, if I don't have wireless access in the library at my school, I cannot send. Why is it important? Because then I know I cannot send my students to the library to work on their Google Slides because they're not going to have internet capability to do so. How does this impact my technological and pedagogical instructional decisions? Well, I need to know where they have access to technology so that I can plan my lesson in a way that the students have what they need. So if we don't have wireless access anywhere in the school except for my classroom, well, I'm going to make sure that I build in enough time in my class for students to work on specific projects. You do the same thing for classroom factors. Where are the power outlets located? Does the teacher have a computer and a projector? How are the desks and other seating arranged? Again, you're going to do why is it important to have this information, and how does that information impact our technological and pedagogical decisions? And this bottom box allows you to describe those answers. How are the seating desks arranged? The desks right now are 6 feet apart. There are outlets on each wall, 6 outlets per wall. The teacher does have a computer and a projector. Okay, so you're just giving the data in that last box. And this last piece deals with students or learners, which this part has become even more important this year. What are their interests? What technology skills do they have? Have they signed this AUP, the Acceptable Use Policy? And so on. This last piece down here is the Technology Contextual Factors table. So you're going to complete this if you're in an internship, and if you're not, let me know. I will send you a set of mock data. So if you're able to collect this data, you will summarize the findings here. If you have to use the mock set of data, you'll summarize those findings here. So you put the number here, describe the student here, and then use this box, these columns rather, to describe if they have the signed AUP, do they have a computer device at home, is there internet access, what are their interests, okay? Here's a sample description. So that second column, the learner description, here's a sample that you might want to use. She enjoys using technology to take photographs, does not like reading on her tablet, and instead reads traditional format books. She is in GT Math and has an IEP in reading. She gets distracted easily and does her best in a quiet or small group environment. If you're not sure what an AUP is, you can click here and see Rock Hill's version. Okay, so that's part 1. And that is where we will stop for today. Read through this assignment very carefully. Start planning how you're going to collect this information. Some of it you can get by talking to your teacher, by looking around your classroom. Some of it you can get from your students by devising maybe like a Google form to collect information from them. Do they have a device at home? Are they sharing that device? Do they have technology access, Wi-Fi access at home? And they can fill it out that way and send it back to you, or you can do a worksheet of some sort, or you can interview them. There are lots of different ways for you to get that information. Email me this week if you have questions. Don't wait until the very end of the evening on October 23rd, because then you're going to be out of time. Please make sure you look at it this week. Spend some time reviewing the assignment so that you can ask questions as they arise. The second piece of your module this week is digital literacy, which is so much fun. This will take about 3 hours, so you want to devote 3 hours of your week to this portion of the module. Please notice this is actually less than the required 6 to 9 hours per week. So if you want to lump in your chapter readings, maybe then we can get it up to 6 weeks or 6 hours. All right, digital literacy. This one is so much fun. You're going to learn about two of my favorite tools, Book Creator and Chatterpix. You're going to experiment with one of these by either creating a content-specific book, you can use Book Creator for that, or an avatar. You can use Chatterpix if you're going to use that tool. I have hyperlinked some resources in the table below, so look below your homework chart and you'll find video resources and how to get started resources, as well as some ideas. So if you're going to use Book Creator for math, maybe you do a step-by-step explanation of how to solve a division problem. Or if you're doing science, maybe you're using a graph of mitosis, and mitosis is explaining how she works. Okay, lots of ways to use these two different tools. Notice I did not include ELA down here because there are so many ideas for ELA aligned with these digital tools that my students never have trouble coming up with ideas for that. I thought it might be helpful for you to see some examples that we've done with other schools with Chatterpix and Book Creator. So this was an example of using Chatterpix. It's really cute. The children made slime with their teacher, and then they used the language experience approach to write about that process. They chose a picture of slime, and then they made their Chatterpix speak, and the mouth opens and closes, and the Chatterpix slime is actually explaining the step-by-step process of making slime. So sequencing, writing, speaking, listening skills, it was really neat. Book Creator, we had our students do All About Me books, and before they went to a Winthrop basketball game, they were studying prepositions, and so they created a book based on where the ball was. So I don't think you're going to be able to hear this, but you can actually see it. The basketball is next to the shoes.
Is next to the shoes.
The basketball is in the net.
The
basketball is next to big stuff. So really, really cute ideas and ways for the students to be wrestling with the content and not just us, right? The kids are actually doing something with what they're learning. Now you will, when you finish creating, you'll download your product. If you're doing Book Creator, you can upload it as a video if you are adding narration, or you can download it as a PDF if it's just pictures and text. So kind of do what works there. The Chatterpix is an app, and so you can save it to your phone, or if you have a tablet, you can save it to your tablet. And then whatever it is, put it in your Google Drive. Once you put it in your Google Drive, you have a link. Put that link in our chart by 11:59 on Friday. And I asked you to put your title here. You don't have to be fancy with this. If Danielle's studying geometric shapes and she did a Chatterpix, that's all that needs to be there. And in that way, if Erin is also teaching geometric shapes, she can swing over and look and see what Danielle did. We are all professionals. We are colleagues in this space. And so let's use this opportunity to learn from one another. Please be looking at what your classmates are doing. You guys are making some really fabulous stuff. Also, please make sure you're saving what you create in this class. Maybe you have a 305 folder in Google Drive. Maybe you are linking all of your projects in your own spreadsheet, but you'll be able to use these once you have your own classroom. That is it for this week, so we'll change this time here to about 15 minutes because our video is running a little bit long with the key assessment information. Let me know if you need anything. I appreciate those of you who have been on top of things every week. I can tell that you are working hard, and I appreciate you. Have a great day.